This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, September 11th. I'm Tori here with Erica. Stephanie Jones joins us from home. I do want to just take a moment and say hi, Steph, that we are thinking of those on 9/11 that are survivors, that are heroes, that ran to the roar of the fire in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. We're thinking of you. Well, we're getting some more details about the big Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion on HBO Max. Will Smith posted this selfie, which made me all kinds of excited, with the cast on Thursday, which was the 30th anniversary of the day the Fresh Prince debuted on TV. But Will also posted a pic sitting down with the original Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, for the first time in 27 years. Now, remember, she left the show after 3 seasons. Now, during her time on the show, Janet criticized Will for being an egomaniac, and Will claims Janet wanted the show to be renamed the Aunt Viv of Bel-Air. Janet was let go in 1993 and replaced by Daphne Maxwell Reid. It doesn't look like Janet will be a part of the cast reunion, but there's going to be like a separate segment in the show. Feelings, thoughts when you saw this, Erica? What was your first feeling? I was so excited.
Well, it's so nostalgic. Of course, we all watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and we can think of like what our lives were like, and all those things. Just great feelings. But I'm glad that Will Smith really hashed it out with Janet Hubert. There were a lot of undertones that people were talking about as a result of her being let go, and the way that she was let go and replaced was so like dismissive, like she had never existed at all, and there was like calls of colorism and all of these things were happening. So I'm glad that after all these years they've really reconciled and they'll address it.
I like that Will Smith is following his wife as well, as being open and like bringing people to a table to speak about it. Colorism, you mean because the new Aunt Viv was lighter, am I right? Can you explain that? And that old Aunt Viv was darker, am I right?
Exactly. So people felt some type of way about that.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's great. Uncle Phil, I wish was there. Steph, were you a big Fresh Prince? Did you watch this show?
Yeah, I absolutely loved Fresh Prince growing up. It was amazing. Are you kidding me? And I'm so glad that this is happening. I mean, Tori, you and I spoke about it a while ago. There was like a fake movie trailer. Do you remember that went viral on the internet? And it was someone had created it like as if Fresh Prince was brought back to life like now in the modern day, and they'd like played a movie out as if it was his life. And I was so excited, and then I was so incredibly devastated when I realized that it was someone's like college or university passion project. I was like, no. So I'm glad. I'm super glad that it's back.
I am
too. And I'm ready to see all the cast. Sad that Uncle Phil won't be there, but excited too.
I know. I think it's great. All right, let's move on to Jennifer Gardner, because she got an unexpected comment from a fan during an Instagram Live. So Jen was taking her followers on a tour of her family's farm in Oklahoma. Could she not be any more apple pie cute? I can't with this one. When someone out of the blue asked her if she was pregnant, Jen bluntly responded, quote, "I'm 48. I have 3 healthy kids, and I am not and never will be again. We can lay that pupper to rest. Have I gained the COVID-19? Possibly, but that's another story." I just remember when someone asked my mom, who was clearly too old to have kids, if she was pregnant, and she said no. Get this. He said, "No, you must be," and he like pushed it, and my dad had to step in, and it was like the worst feeling I think anyone's ever felt at the table. It was like a poker game, and it was bad.
What are people thinking when they ask a question like this? I remember like years ago, one of my friends told me that her husband told her, or her boyfriend I should say, told her that I looked like I was pregnant. And I wanted to punch her in the face. Like, why would you I mean, even if you have that conversation, why would you bring that back to somebody? I have never forgiven you for that.
It sounds fresh.
Never.
It sounds fresh in your mind. Yeah,
you
it sounds
for that.
like you have.
Okay.
No, I feel that way. By the way, until the baby's crowning, I'm not going to say happy pregnancy until I see a crowning child.
True.
Steph, do you agree with that?
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of that, but I did learn that it's a very Jewish thing as well. So it obviously, my sister and stuff has had like a baby shower, and we're not Jewish. And you know, everyone brought presents, and everyone's like, "Ooh, getting ready for the baby," because she's due in the next 7 days. Any day there will be a little baby. I'm very excited. But I learned that in Jewish culture, you guys don't do that just in case anything happens. And you set everything up last minute with the crib and everything. So that's really interesting when you said you don't celebrate the baby until it's crowning. I've never heard that.
Okay,
that's really cool.
So, Steph, thank you for bringing that up. Just so you know, in Judaism, we're scared of the evil spirits coming to take the baby, which is why we don't name our child after someone who's living, as like Robert Jr., because we think the angel will come and get the wrong one. And then we also tie a red ribbon around the crib so that the evil spirits will be taken away.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and you don't tell anyone you're pregnant until definitely 3 months for the spirits, not just the health, the spirits. Yeah, interesting.
Hey.
You learn new things every day, don't you? All right, it's weird. All right, well, Paris Hilton is speaking out about her friend Britney Spears during an appearance on Radio Andy. Paris spoke to Andy Cohen about Britney's ongoing conservatorship battle. Take a look at this.
I love her so much, and I feel that if you're an adult, you should be able to live your life and not be controlled. And I think maybe that stems from me being controlled so much, so I can understand how that would feel. And I can't imagine right now if that was still happening to me. Like and after just working your whole life and working so hard, and she's just this icon, and I just feel like she has no control of her life whatsoever, and I just don't think that's fair.
Wow. As we've mentioned, Britney doesn't want her dad to be in control of her finances anymore, but still favors having a conservator, just someone independent. Now, during the interview, Paris said that she and Britney had dinners over the summer. Can you imagine that dinner? I so want to be at that dinner. But that the two did not discuss her conservatorship issues. I do want to go straight to Stephanie on this. You've been like our roving investigative reporter on this. Tell me about this. Does this not only emphasize the Free Britney movement?
Well, I think the Free Britney movement is like, you know, the train is full steam ahead right now. And for once, the media and everyone is actually listening and not making it into some sort of joke. So I'm glad that Paris has said something. I mean, it's very sweet that she's supporting her friend on a major platform and saying, you know, basically she's saying Britney is an adult and that she's been in that situation herself. And it would be so incredibly difficult if she was still in that situation right now. So she's basically hinting to the fact that Britney shouldn't be in the conservatorship anymore, which is what I feel, what many fans feel too. I feel as though Britney has come out and she's spoken saying, you know, she clearly doesn't want her father to be in the lead role in control of her life and finances anymore. And I mean, it's still just so ridiculous. Like Paris said, you know, she's a woman who's worked incredibly hard. She's been on many world tours since being under the conservatorship, which is meant to be for someone who can't make decisions of their own life, but yet she's there pretty much a cash cow for him, isn't she? So, yeah, I think finally we're getting somewhere. It's sad that it's been extended even further, but, you know, it's moving in the right direction. Finally, for once, it's just taken way too long to get to this point.
Yeah, I agree. Erica, how do you feel about this? Just sort of as like a ethical issue.
I think Paris Hilton speaking out about it is very interesting because she obviously has been very outspoken about her experiences in what people were considering to be like a home or a boarding school. Yeah, boarding school, but we now know that there was a lot going on, and I understand we have, you know, people that we know in our lives who have had similar experiences and have been controlled in this way and abused. So many of these kids were abused and didn't have they weren't able to speak out, and I think Paris Hilton talking about this has given them some validation.
Yeah, that's true.
Point.
Who would have thought? Right. Paris Hilton, right? Real quick, she also said that in this famous photo that you guys saw with Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, and Paris Hilton that we have, Lindsay wasn't invited. She crashed that party. Gossip.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, moving on. Good.
Love the shade.
The shade. Good news for Mighty Ducks actor Shaun Weiss. This is incredible. Shaun was arrested for robbery earlier this year. Look at this, and has battled addiction and depression, but he is looking so much better thanks to some new teeth and becoming sober. That's the important thing. Shaun's friend Drew Gallagher set up a GoFundMe to help the former actor get back on his feet. He says a dentist covered all his dental costs and is now more than 225 days sober. Shaun was best known for playing Goldberg in the goalie in the Mighty Ducks. That picture says 1 million things, doesn't it, Erica? It says so much. dignity.
Oh my gosh. I mean, congratulations to him for getting sober. And I mean, this will serve as inspiration for someone.
So many people.
It takes one person to really believe in you.
Agreed.
In your corner. And I mean, just bless the whole situation.
I mean, cosmetically, Steph, yes, but I think Erica's right. This will spur people, to want to get sober.
Oh, definitely. And it just goes to show, you know, oh my gosh, this form of abuse it's real. Please support your friends. Reach out to people, see what you can do to help. And bless his friend for helping him and getting the help that he really needs. He actually started taking drugs because he actually lost his parents. He was doing not very well at all, and he turned to that to help himself, and obviously self-medicate. It went really wrong. So please, please, please reach out to help. Talk to your friends. There are people that can help you.
Well said. Steph, stick around. Coming up on DBL, R&B star Tyrese. It's getting hot in here, how he's using music to honor George Floyd and shine a light on the Black Lives Matter movement. Plus, we're taking a look back at the Kardashian style evolution since their reality show debuted in 2007. Stephanie's got the lowdown in Fashion Fix Friday.
Daily Blast Live, red carpet fashion has returned finally, and we're looking at how the Kardashian style has changed during their 20-season reign. All of this style and beauty talk means it's time for Fashion Fix Friday. The first major film festival to be held since the pandemic began kicked off this week in Venice. Actress Cate Blanchett was this week's clear winner with standout style, from her safe and stylish streetwear to socially distanced red carpet looks. Cate brought fashion back to 2020, and it's not the first time she stepped out in these gorgeous gowns. She chose to repeat clothes from 2015 and 2016 to promote sustainable fashion. And I mean, who in their right mind would only wear this dress once? But there are some looks that are just so good and so iconic, you keep repeating them 20 years later. Does this green pantsuit worn by Demi Lovato remind you of another classic celeb look? Well, here's a hint. Her look doesn't cost a thing, but the Versace gown she wore is priceless. That's right, Demi channeled Jennifer Lopez's plunging dress from the 2000 Grammys this week. Demi's stylist confirmed it was a nod to the famed green gown, proving some style never goes out of style. That is, unless you're a Kardashian. Their powerhouse reality show is ending, and it's no secret that their style has evolved a lot throughout the years. Let's take a look back. So season 1 in 2007 was all gold, glam, and let's be honest, a little gaudy. When we first met the famous family, it was clear that they were wild about animal print. In 2013, we saw a shift in Kim's look. The new mum began opting for more glamorous, subtle looks over loud fashion statements. Well, except for this now infamous gown, now known by the internet as the couch dress. Which brings us to present day. From socialites to trendsetters, and oh, are those little sisters? Well, one now is a world famous model, and the other is a billionaire beauty mogul. I mean, time flies when you've been on reality TV for 13 years. That's it for this week's Fashion Fix Friday Daily Blast Live. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to DBL. Most of us know Tyrese Gibson from his slow jams or the Fast and Furious movies. But now he's using his voice to help fight social injustice. Lindsay caught up with him earlier in today's DBL Spotlight.
So before I get to your new music video, which I love, for Legendary, tell me a little bit about how you've been holding up during quarantine. Are you having quarantine fatigue?
When COVID hit for me, it became a moment to finally pause and stay home. And so it's been a real gift to not just be in the presence of my kids, but be fully present. I love it.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your upbringing. You grew up in the Watts neighborhood of Los Angeles. How does that affect your view on police brutality, given all that's going on today?
My city was only known for the Watts riots of 1965, the Watts Rebellion. The president at the time used Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. To come into Watts and calm everybody down. It's the story of the city that I was born into. So everything about this video that I just did called Legendary is me just trying to continue to be a voice for the voiceless, and have the audacity to speak up and speak out about things that really matter.
Now, your new video for Legendary that you just spoke about is 8 minutes and 46 seconds long in honor of George Floyd. A lot of your fans are used to you doing light love songs, but this one is deep, and you partner with CeeLo on this song. Why was it important for you in this moment to make a socially conscious record?
This is a protest piece. This is about me making a statement. You can take my body. You know, the images that are in this video are just so painful, and it was painful for me to do it. I'm laying on the ground with this officer's knee on my neck, and the pain and the traumas that the victims' families are carrying every day is unbearable. It would mean the world to me if you guys went online. I just posted it on my Instagram page and watched the entire Legendary featuring CeeLo Green video.
And thank you so much for doing that, Tyrese. I mean, art imitates life, so it's really important that people in positions like you are really spreading the message that this is something that's heavily impacting our community and the whole world, and we have to do something about it. So you're gonna appear in TV1's docu-series Uncensored. And in the episode, you reveal that you weren't always a sex symbol growing up. You actually were bullied. So I need to know what changed.
Before being dark-skinned, chocolate, or whatever they'd like to call it, became popular and became the thing. I just want me a chocolate black man, tall, handsome. That wasn't always the story. So I dealt with every black joke there is. You know, I've always had these teeth in my mouth, so it's like, you all teeth. You know, you don't see your black till you smile. I've been called every name in the book, from Shaka Zulu, you name it. So it was hard for me to embrace this brand new thing that had suddenly popped up once I did the Coke commercial at 16. When I decided to own the gifts and the talents and things that God had gave me, then that's when I made a career of it. And so this uncensored episode is going to hopefully give people permission to be great.
Well, I'm so happy. I think the world's so happy that you decided to come to these revelations and use your talent and share it with us all. Thank you for hits like Sweet Lady and for all you're doing to fight social injustice right now. I want to tell DBL Nation to make sure they check out Uncensored on TV1 this Sunday.
I got a lot of stories to tell, and I can't wait for y'all to see them. Thank you for having me on.
We can't wait to watch. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Travel has changed drastically this year. So how will it look post-pandemic? We'll tell you what the experts are predicting on today's DBL Drive, sponsored by who, y'all?
Car Shield.
All at the same time. Good job, guys. Industry pros predict we will rethink travel to Europe. They claim fewer people will travel to romance capitals and instead choose less crowded cities in lesser-known parts of the UK. Second, experts predict that Alaska will become the next tourist hotspot thanks to the fresh air and lower population. Lastly, vacation pods will boom in popularity. It's where 2 or more families with the same philosophy on social distancing travel and stay together. When it comes to traveling for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with Car Shield. Car Shield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. In South Korea, they're doing booths you can walk through to get tested.
Oh.
See, they're ahead of us on that one.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, they
Seems
are.
like they are. Well, good. You traveling soon anywhere?
Hopefully, I'll see my family soon. That's the goal.
Me too. Steph, you will see your family soon?
I pray. You know, I was literally talking to some of our senior producers the other day about I saved all my holiday days up so I could go and see my sister when she has a baby. I've not even used one yet, so I'm praying that something will happen so that I can go home and see my little nephew or niece.
I know.
Hopefully.
We'll see you soon, guys. DBL's new every day. We'll see you soon.